Morning, family. This is Stan Matthews in the Matthews broadcast here on this 15th day of May 2017. We are overjoyed to be with you. Just came off of the road from a little sojourn to Red Hot, Florida. Had to be near my mom's gravesite just to pay honor to the person who brought me into the world. And did a little bit of time in Jacksonville, a little bit of time in Hampton, Virginia, even a little bit of time in Laurel, Maryland. So all my cousins saw me this weekend. So we're going to get right to it because my bed is going to see me next. And I want to make sure that I did not miss a beat with you, the greatest audience in the world. So welcome to the Empowerment Enrichment broadcast. Yes, welcome to the Matthews broadcast on this day. We have an awesome segment this evening for you. Our focus is primarily going to be on the many facets of how you can benefit and profit from knowledge in real estate. We have a real estate practitioner of the highest level, a sister who is going to break it down for us in all of the different ways of real estate, and one of our own that's going to share a little bit of his music ministry and his focus on ministry going forward. So first and foremost, I want to start by asking you, Matthew's broadcast audience, to support those who support us, our super sponsors, without whom there would not be a broadcast. First and foremost, I want to ask you to continue supporting Carolyn and Nathaniel Joe of A Rose's Petals in Patterson. Nothing says I love you like flowers. You've tried the rest, now try the best. A Rose's Petals, they are at 472 Broadway, and they are at 973-742-5333. Also, want you to continue to support Mr. G, Russell Grady of Mr. G's Restaurant, where good friends meet, greet, and eat at 455 East 18th Street. You can reach them at 973-782-4020. Look forward to working with Optimum Tax and Financial Services. They are 5-star rated online and also Better Business Bureau certified. Mr. Ivan and Tony Maxey, the Maxey brothers. You can reach them at 908-352-1040. They're at 500 Rahway Avenue in Elizabeth. You want the max? Get Optimum Tax. Not only tax preparation, also audit representation, and also financial services and advice. Beautiful skin is not expensive. Beautiful skin is priceless. Call Glow at 973-357-3698 or visit them online at www.glow.junesse, global.com, redefining youth with revolutionary products and life-changing opportunities. The education you need for the career you want is at Avtech Institute. Avtech Institute has campuses in Eatontown, in South Plainfield, and in Fairfield, providing you the hottest careers that you can get ready for, just as EKG Tech or Microsoft Help Desk Manager in less than 6 months' time. Our friend Gary Mao tracks the hottest careers that are in demand and then offers them at Avtech Institute. Call Ming or Mira at 973-882-8996 between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. They're at the Fairfield campus, but they certainly can get you started at the South Plainfield and the Eatontown campus as well. So there you have it. Those are our sponsors. Want to remind you folks that you are a kingdom builder and a world changer, but nothing changes until you use your unique gifts to change it. Again, until you use your unique gifts to change it. So stop getting ready, stop getting set, and get started. You came on this earth fearfully and wonderfully made, right?
That's right, fearfully and
Lisa,
wonderfully made.
And Lindsay, fearfully and wonderfully made. So, you don't want to be 72 and a half years old talking about, I knew more real estate than Violet ever did, but I just never got started. But I knew more stuff than her, but I had other things to do. So, so you want to go ahead and sing your song? You want to go
Get out
ahead
there and make it happen.
and
Do it. Just do it.
and counsel people? You want to go ahead and be an expert photographer?
Do it scared. Do
You
it.
want to go ahead and build your music brand? All those things, as the Nike commercial says, just do
Just
it.
do it. You make one step, gotta make two.
That's right. That's right. We're going to get started, but first, I want to thank the friends of the broadcast, as I did with the sponsors. Our friends out of state, Jacksonville, my cousin Dennis King, in Tampa, Ron Pravat, Charlene St. Clair in Richmond, Virginia, Pinky Andrews in Hampton, Virginia, Harry and Anna Staley in Charleston, South Carolina, Cool Otis Brown in
Super cool.
in Woodstock,
Super cool. That's super cool.
in Woodstock, Georgia, about 40 minutes
Super cool
outside of
Otis.
Atlanta. Mauricio Pinedo, who is still with us in Fairlawn but moving to Tampa as well. Greg Riley in Richmond, Harvetta Fax in Maryland. And out of the country, our international audience, Audrey Pereira in Port of Spain, Trinidad, Simpson de Silva in Guyana, Leslie and Stephen Andrews in Honolulu, Hawaii. They're part of this country. I shouldn't include them in international. Phaedra Andrews in London, England, and on and on and on. So want to say hi to all of you and thank you to all of you because you're continuing to grow the broadcast and spread our brand out there, and we're grateful for it. So remember, Kingdom Builders and World Changers, nothing changes until you use your gifts to change it. And we can go ahead and get started in tonight's broadcast. We are joined by my co-host, Lisa Thompson, Evangelist Lisa Thompson, soon to be a pillar
Graduate.
graduate
Deluxe.
deluxe. More jewelry than Marie Antoinette. and Violet Smith Gilmore of the millionaire Smith Gilmore clan.
That's right.
Because they say that if you're from Teaneck, you got a tremendous bank account. So I know Violet has that. She's going to talk about how we can get wealthy with real estate. And the one and only Lindsay the Voice Tynes is going to talk to us about his ministry revelation. So I am going to withdraw here, having said what I needed to say. Here at the Gems Studios, streaming worldwide at www.gemsradio.net. And I am going to turn it over to Lisa, who is going to start with Lindsay and ask him some questions that would enable our audience to better support you and know who you are.
Okay, Lindsay, what is the name of your ministry? What's the name of your business?
My business is Melody Smith Corporation. Yeah.
Very good. And what is the unique value of your business?
No one can do it like me because God put me on this earth as Lindsay, and
That's
nobody
right.
else is.
That's right.
Nobody else can do it like me, but I'm glad that I can do it.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay. And who is a great referral for your business? What's your target audience?
My target audience is the world, really. Whoever likes music, who likes to listen to great melodies and great harmonies, and people who love great music.
Very good.
Yeah.
So you are a singer, musician for hire.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, I
very
am.
good. And what are you offering our listening audience today?
A 10% discount on whatever price I give them.
Okay, that sounds great. And let me have all of your contact information, phone number, website.
Phone number 973-861-4423. And my website is Melody Smith Corporation. I'm sorry, Melody Smith. Melody_Smith 53 at hotmail.com. Melody_sign smith53@hotmail.com.
Very good. Very good. Okay.
Well, the other guest that we have on this evening is Miss Violet Smith Gilmore. The last time she was with us, she dealt primarily with what Smith Gilmore Realty and Property Management does on the property management side. But what we did not get a chance to deal with is some of the client experiences, which are very positive, very powerful, and also some of the other things that Violet does, including loan modification, rentals as well as searching for investment property for her clients. And so today we wanted to bring her back because we know that real estate is one of the primary foundations of wealth in this country, and Smith Gilmore is doing a fine job building on that track, and so we wanted to bring her back. So Violet, why don't you start off with how you help people who've had some problems with their mortgage? I know that when the crisis came in 08 or 09, many people were hurt in that way. You were mentioning to me the other day that you yourself just got out of a loan that you were not pleased with, and I have many friends who are still in such loans. So tell me how Smith Gilmore can help with that.
Okay, so we have a lot of people, like you said, 2008 to 2009, the market crashed, and a lot of people lost their homes and didn't know where to turn, where to go. The majority of people, what they did was they just sat there and let the banks take over their homes. Didn't know that there was an alternate way to get out of their situation. So you mentioned loan modification. It's a tricky application to fill out. So we help individuals fill that application out, and you can't be making too much. All right, and you can't be making too little.
Okay.
So you have to know how to fill the application out. So we help with that as well. So don't just sit there and let the bank come in and take your property.
That's right.
My suggestion is that if you're overhead, they call it, if you're underwater in your mortgage, that you get in touch with us, and then we'll help you work it out with the mortgage company. Another alternative to loan modification is doing a short sale. And with that, of course, you have to be underwater in order to do a short sale. The bank will forgive the deficiency balance, and what a lot of owners don't know about that as well is that the bank will allow you to sell the property for less, much less than what you owe. Sometimes even 50% less than what you owe on the property. The bank will allow you to sell the property for, and they will pay your moving expenses up to $10,000. So don't just sit there, and some people move out prematurely as well. Don't move out of your homes because you're scared they're going to come and lock the door and you're embarrassed. Just reach out, and we'll be able to guide you through the process.
Nice.
All right, so that's what we do also. And you mentioned property management. Can I kind of expound on that a little bit?
Absolutely.
Okay, so if you own a single family home, we can help you. A lot of people, they are not interested in selling their properties right now, but they want to move down south, because if they sell their properties, they may be losing money. So they say, okay, what am I going to do? So rent your single family home out. We'll manage it for you. You live in South Carolina, you live in Florida. We can collect the rent and put the monies into your bank account, manage the single family home for you there until the market gets better, and then you can sell your property. And we also like to say that we help large investors, because you have large investors who need to get larger. But instead of getting larger, they're in court fighting with tenants. So we help you in that area, because instead of you fighting with tenants, collecting rent, and going to court, on behalf of your tenants, we'll do that on your behalf for a small fee, of course. And our collection rate right now is actually about 98%. So we rarely go to court anymore.
You know, those last 2%, man, they just tell you. Right,
It makes a difference.
No, 100%.
I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm telling you, it makes a big difference. I've seen, investors in court, and they say, I'm going to call you. But they sit in court, they're paying an attorney about $800 to $1,000, and they're taking tenants to court. Time is money. So you're sitting in court with your tenant while you could be out doing other things. And that's what we do for a living.
That's right. And that's why, Lisa and I were talking about some of the people that we're going to refer you to. They are not big investors. They are small investors. But what prevents them from going higher is high delinquency rates. And they need a partner like you. They need a partner like you. I just want to read off a couple of the testimonials for Violet's firm. The first one is from I Prince, who is a resident of Teaneck. who says Gilmore Realty services were excellent. While working with my agent, I found Violet to be very professional. She kept in contact with me regularly, and because of that, I recommend her services without hesitation to everyone. I would definitely recommend them and work with them in the future. And El Castillo, who's from New York, Gilmore Realty was great. I felt as if my agent was part of my family. I don't know, did they give you something to eat, Violet?
We always cook.
Did you get some food? Magnificent is how I would describe her. I would definitely recommend her to others. The thing I value most while working with Gilmore is their honesty, and that's someone you would want to do business with. Also, Mr. Grant in Teaneck, Gilmore Realty is a real estate agency that is very dedicated to job, and that was one of the characteristics that made me work with them. I recommend them to people all the time because they show genuine interest in what they do for people. They went above and beyond. And I read those audience books. The best thing that you can do in terms of marketing, and I'm a marketer, been a marketer for 28 years. The best thing that you can do for a small business or any business is give them a word of mouth testimonial, because that is person to person, that's heartfelt, that's real. Anybody could see a billboard or a television ad that's kind of artificial and out there somewhere, no matter how glitzy it is. But when someone says, I know her or I know him, I did business and I was satisfied, that is the most powerful form of advertising you can get. And so we
That
are
is
glad
true.
to see people who feel that way about you, Violet. It's probably because of the fact that you are from the Caribbean,
Oh,
where people know
You from
that
Caribbean?
Caribbean people.
I was born there. I grew up here, but I was born in the Caribbean. Yes.
Cool.
We know that Caribbean people have a work ethic that's legendary.
Oh, we have like 10 jobs.
Looking for another one.
And always looking for another one. And
That's all right.
That's right. And that is all right.
That's right.
Yes, that
That's
means you're
right.
very industrious.
I
You're
hope-
making it happen for your family.
I hope Maxine, Rodney, you were listening. Maxine is a sister who we're going to work with. She was referred to me. I asked her to do our help desk to
Okay.
manage the bookings in the office.
Right.
So while we were talking about the fact that we are now hiring. We are looking for salespeople who can spread the Matthews Broadcast brand, and she said I could do that too.
Look at that.
I
knew you were gonna
said,
say that.
Maxine, how are you going to do the bookings at home? She said, well, I can keep the calendar in the car with me while I sell.
She's Caribbean.
Cool.
Never
I
fails.
said, Max, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it because I want you to just do one thing right. Right, Cornelius?
And
So-
we do it. And the thing about that is not to push the Caribbean thing. But for me personally, I give 100%. No matter what it is I'm doing, I'm going to give 100%.
That's right.
And you mentioned advertising. We don't really advertise. This is the most advertising I've done since I've been in business, to be honest with you, because
Wow.
word of mouth.
That's
You
right.
do a good job, people refer back to you, and you get repeat business. It's a wonderful thing.
Well, the challenge of the 21st century for us is not physical emancipation or physical freedom as it was in the 15th, 16th, and 17th century. It's not civil rights as it was in the 18th, 19th, and 20th century. I think that the challenge for us in the 21st century is the imperative for wealth.
Yes.
Because when you have generational wealth, you don't have to ask anyone for anything. And the foundation of wealth, as you know very well, Violet, one of the primary elements in building wealth for any family. You look at any family, Cornelius, in America, the Fords, the Rockefellers, even the person who occupies the White House right now. Most of them have a substantial real estate portfolio. That's one of the foundations of their wealth because it endures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It endures.
It's
And
very
so, Violet, I think your business is central because it's one of those businesses that you can help people. You mentioned the other day about first-time home buyers and how you help them. Why don't you share how you help them?
Well, I always tell them my story, which is, in my 20s, got married and bought my parents' home. And I had to pretty much just hide certain information because I had that mentality that no matter what, it was going to get done.
Mm-hmm.
When I say hide certain information, it was as if I didn't tell him, you can't tell everybody what you're going to do.
That's right.
Because
That's
people
right.
will say you can't do it.
Mhm.
How are you going to do it?
That's right.
So you just have to move forward and move towards it. And the first thing I did was I bought a multifamily home. And most people won't do that because they can't be bothered with tenants. So I bought the multifamily home first, my husband and I, and then we managed 2 tenants. And then after that, we bought the single family home and another multifamily home after we sold that. So we sold when the market was up. But I'd like to tell people out there, you're not too young to purchase. And start saving. Just start saving towards it. There's FHA, 3.5%, and there's also seller's concession. Anybody know about seller's concession?
Never heard
Why
of that.
don't
All
you
right.
tell, Lord?
So the seller-
Share, Violet.
So with the seller's concession, let's say you think you see a house that you really like and you don't have all of your money saved up for closing costs. So you can do what's called a seller's concession and ask your real estate broker, hopefully me, to find you a property that the seller would not mind paying the closing costs. Now, the seller is not going to give you the money in your pocket. The seller may allow you to purchase the home. Let's say it's listed for $300. They may allow you to purchase the home for $290, and then you get the $10,000 back towards your closing costs. So that seller is not giving you the money in your pocket, but assisting you with your closing costs, which you would not otherwise have had. So there's a lot of ways to go about purchasing your first home.
Got it. Do you have a present class going on right now, or one planned for the spring?
Well, I have one planned for the fall because I stopped. I was teaching at the board and I just needed a break because my kids were graduating. 2 of them, one going into high school and one leaving high school, so I took a
Wow.
break. But not right now, but I normally teach the evening course, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
And where's that held?
And that is at the Eastern Bergen County Board of Realtors in Hasbrook Heights.
Is that on Route 17?
That is on Route 17 by that new home, right next door to that new home hotel. Right on Route 17, yeah.
Board of Realtors, right?
The Eastern Bergen County Board of Realtors.
Okay.
Yes, I have my broker's license and my real estate license. And, by the way, I hate to take over your whole show here. But I also want to mention those individuals that are looking to get into real estate. It's a lucrative business. There's so many different areas you can go into in real estate. You can be an investor yourself. You can, of course, you can mentor people like I do. I counsel people, I mentor people. And you can get into property management. That is an awesome career, property management. Because there are a lot of landlords that are out there that cannot collect their own rent. And you can get it. It's income. It's a monthly income every month. If you don't sell a house, it's a monthly income every
And
single
in some
month.
cases, don't want to collect their own rent.
And they don't want to, right? Exactly. And they want to go on vacation. Listen, if you collect your own rent as an investor or a homeowner, you can rarely go on vacation. It's very hard to go on vacation when you collect your own rent.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
That's right. That's right. If you are a broadcaster, it's very hard to go on vacation.
It is.
Unless you can have an incredible co-host.
There you go. With a beautiful hat. With a beautiful
With a
hat.
beautiful hat.
Thank you,
Oh,
thank
yes.
you.
Beautiful hat.
Beautiful.
While we are here, I am just so excited about the possibilities of what people can do to empower and enrich themselves. I chafe and get very, very annoyed when people use scripture as an excuse for not prospering. There is just too much that was said right there in the Holy Bible over and over again. Christ himself said, I came that you might have life and have it more abundantly. There are over and over in Proverbs that God is pleased when his people prosper. And so, there are people who use scripture as an excuse for not taking the chance to live their dreams. And so I don't think that we should allow that. Again, as I said,
That's
the
fear.
21st century is a time for us to break that barrier of wealth so that we can feed, clothe, and house ourselves, not in the basics, but if we want to, in very, very opulent ways. you can take it as high as we want to take it. And so I am happy to recommend, refer, and brag on Violet, because Violet is doing it. And we want other people to do it as well. So Violet, what we're going to do as we close tonight's show is to ask again, how do people get in contact with you?
Well, they can reach me at 877-837-1200. That is my office number. Or they can email me at Gilmore Realty, all one word, gilmorerealty@gmail.com. Or I'll give you my direct cell phone number.
Oh, Mr. Gilmore, you see what your wife is doing.
For business. Just for
Business only.
Business only. Business only.
All right.
And that would be 201-723-4203. That's 201-723-4203. And if I can't talk to you when I call, I'll call you right back.
All right. I want to thank Violet Smith Gilmore for being here this evening, for opening her talents and her gifts and wanting to share them with our audience. I want to thank Mr. Lindsey Tynes, and I certainly want to thank my image doctor, Cornelius Hill here, and last but not least, Evangelist Lisa Thompson, for making this another great segment in the Matthews broadcast. We will be back tomorrow night, which happens to be May the 16th, which happens to be my birthday. I don't mind saying I am 53 years old.
Birthday boy.
So I'm going to
Happy
start
birthday.
at midnight tonight with just a little bit of the bubbly Cornelius. Violet, please come back. Lizzie, please come back.
you.
Cornelius, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And good night and God bless.